should, probably.
And I really think she should. The other characters, I think, still have a dynamic together, but I think Kate as a character has reached a point where it's, you know what, I need to go move on or do something else, and that's really kind of what we focus on for her.
I could dig it.
Yeah.
So Spike is going to be in Brian's book.
Yes, he is.
And Illyria is going to be in your and Scott's book?
Yes.
Does she ever come back to the main
Yes, she
title?
does.
Okay.
Illyria comes back in issue 42.
Okay.
And it's a significant reason.
Okay.
And it has a major impact on Angel and what is going to happen in the last 2 issues.
Great.
Because what's going on with her character in her miniseries shifts an awful lot of the status quo on purpose. It's a major shift for her character, and if you've seen the 4th cover, which I think has been out since it's, you'll sort of notice there are some subtle but noticeable differences in the way Illyria looks.
Okay. Time for a costume change?
Not so much costume, but just little other things. Her hair in particular.
Dye job? She fixed it?
A little bit.
Okay.
She looks a little different, and it's an outer sort of shift that is indicative of a larger inner shift.
Okay. Great. I wanted to ask you, I was talking to one of the editors before. You have a thing with squids?
I do. You know what it is? It's funny too, because people are like, that's like hentai. I'm like, it's not like
Oh,
hentai.
no. It's not tentacle ring.
No. God, no. What I really like about squid and octopi in general, they are the weirdest looking creatures. They're really, really fast. If you see any of the underwater videos of them, and they can camouflage themselves to look like, you know, the flora under the sea.
Also, too, because like octopus, they're learning how to use tools like people do, and they use
They're
little
very,
coconut
very
shells as
smart.
homes.
What?
They're also,
They stole a camera from a camera guy and just yanked it to
no,
their
they do
right.
crazy stuff.
They're
Wow.
awesome.
Yeah.
And the way
I
that
learned
their-
3 things.
Yeah, and the way that their tentacles move is one of the things that I find so fascinating, because it's something that we don't have at all. It's like extra limb, and they're very delicate and dexterous and quick. So they were something that the original Illyria character has that sort of the weird tentacle stuff going on. So in her story, there are some creatures with that as well, and kind of harken to that, because I felt like that was a nice way to sort of bring in a kindred demon race kind of a thing. And I just personally find them fascinating. I like underwater sea creatures in general, but I just find cephalopods to be really cool.
Hey, I saw the cover and I was like, that's cool. What is going on?
Yes. They're really very interesting. And they're actually fairly important to the stuff that goes on in the last little arc too.
Actually, I've wanted you to write for Angel since your article about why Spike, you shouldn't worry about him.
Oh, you know, it's funny. I hadn't ever really planned on doing any of the writing for it. It just worked out timing-wise that Bill had way too many other things going on and just was not able to continue on past a certain issue. But he gave us the plot so that we could take a look and we could kind of expand some things there. And then we could really take a look at where that ended up so we knew how we could end up the series.
Yeah.
So when David and I sort of took that over, we knew there were a bunch of things we were going to have to wrap up, but I know it's kind of been like on fast forward a little bit.
Hey, I've liked 36 and 37 a lot.
Yeah, you know, we had a good time and we really felt like, okay, well, these characters need to end up in a certain place, so let's really get to the core of what's going on. You know, the series has been kind of a challenge the whole way, and I think the fans are really great. I think that the passion and interest that they have is amazing. I do think that there's a level of expectation sometimes that it's almost impossible to meet because everybody wants different things.
Yeah, definitely.
And I really do sympathize with that as a fan and somebody who loves these characters. And what we really do try to do, though, is tell the best story that we can come up with for these characters and where we think they need to go. And I think that that's really what we've been concentrating on. And that article was really written because I saw so many fans who seemed so legitimately upset about the possibility of things that are going on with Spike.
Well, Spike fans are very, 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 very passionate,
And I
which I can understand.
That.
Yeah,
I love that character. He is hands down one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to reassure them that although I knew a lot of the things that were going on and coming up were going to be difficult, they were all really being done with respect to the character and to show him in a different way than he'd been seen before. But I do appreciate that sometimes it just doesn't work for some people, and they have a right to go, ugh, I really just did not like where that went. And
it happens,
And that's completely understandable. But I think actually with 37, you know, a lot of the response that I saw was people going, oh, you know, this did play out in a way that makes sense and has respect and understands the canon and continuity.
And he's acting and speaking distinctly Spiky, you know?
Yes, he is. Oh, you know, Spike has a real cadence. You're always kind of going like, how witty can this be? Well, it's Spike, so it can be pretty damn witty. Like, you know, he's just got that, it's nice to have that freedom. That and he's kind of a no bullshit kind of character. So,
He really is. He just cuts the
He
chase.
tells you, this is ridiculous, stop.
He has no filter at all.
No.